my name is Ed Angle. I was a member of the United States Air Force Reserves. I was in for 23 years. During that time, I was an aircraft electrician when I was 19 for about 5 years. Got out for about 10 years and I came back in. I was an IT specialist, IT security, and did that for probably 6-7 years. And then near the end of my career, I was a career advisor advising the different enlisted troops on retention and staying in and what the benefits were for continuing on with their career. Currently, I work for the Oregon State Lottery as the IT auditor. My father motivated me to serve, and so I brought in a picture of him. He did 21 years in the Air Force and then worked another 21 years Federal Civil Service at Travis Air Force Base, and then that's where I originally started my Air Force Reserve career. My service experience impacted me in day-to-day. Like right now I have Air Force veteran license plates on my truck. And so when that starts off a conversation with somebody who has served, or if I notice someone else who has similar license plates, or if I get a military discount at a store and then somebody will comment on that. And usually it's that camaraderie that you have with veterans, whether they were from Vietnam era or the Cold War era or the current Desert Storm era. So that sense of talking about the trials and struggles that you went through. So I guess that sense that of belonging to that group of individuals and having those stories that you reflect back on. I see veteran benefits helping fellow vets, and then later on myself. I've been blessed because I've always had very consistent employment, and so I think it helps them with different career development and job placement that they would not have if they hadn't had the military experience that they've had. Raising funds through the Oregon Lottery for veterans is important to me. I was interviewing here with the lottery and started here at the lottery as that ballot measure went through. And that was a ballot measure that was very important to me, and I was glad to see that it passed. And so it really helped me make the decision whether or not to come to the lottery as an auditor. And so I think it's extremely important, and I think it's a means of funding something that has been underfunded for years, and it gives that avenue of funds for that. So I'm really happy to see that. Military service to me has always been something that's been very family focused. Going back to my grandfather, serving in World War II, my father serving in World War II, both of them in the European theater, myself in the Air Force Reserves, during the 1980s, and then currently I have 3 daughters, one in the Oregon Air Guard and then one in the California Army Guard, and then I have a daughter-in-law who's an active duty Army officer. And so it's been nice to see these different generations carry on this tradition of serving in the military.